Hi, my name is Danilo Dominici. I am the CEO of LaundryBud, and I'm also a junior slash senior at ASU, graduating in December of 24, and I'm an entrepreneurship major. LaundryBud is an on-demand marketplace for college students to connect with other college students so that they can have laundry services provided for them, and the other side, students can make extra money providing laundry services. Something that's relatively easy to do, and you are already close to the building. So it's really, really an interesting experience to see people using the app both sides.
Can you tell us about the inspiration behind your venture?
Yeah, so when I lived here on campus, laundry was painful. It was absolutely painful. Like, really trying to find a time where I had open machines, a time where I was able to do laundry, the two just never seemed to fit in. Whenever I had time, every machine was being used. When I didn't have time, apparently no one did either. So I realized that that's something I was wasting a lot of time in, just the back and forth to see if the machines are open. And I started counting in a school year if just the first 2 months I kept on spending that much time on it. It's like 3 days worth of time just checking, see if your laundry is done. So the inspiration really came from my pain point. It was, oh my, I feel this, I can talk to other students about it, and I can really understand if they feel the same. And I realized, yeah, we hate doing laundry, mainly over here on campus. So that's the true inspiration of the company, where it came from.
So every business owner has their why. So what was your reason or your motivation for choosing the unconventional route of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, unconventional indeed. It's a roller coaster. Being an entrepreneur is truly a roller coaster. For example, the company I originally started was an intelligent vending machine company for laundry products in dorms. Nothing what it is currently now. You see who you can help, and that's my why really. How can I help the most people? How can my business benefit the most amount of people in a certain way? And I realized that right now we're only for college students, but when we expand, we can help communities everywhere. Extra earning, more community inclusiveness by having members of the community providing for other members in the community. So it was really just to make the world a better place, and ultimately to help people have either more money or more time, whichever one they really need.
What does your typical workday look like when you're working on your business, whether you're like fulfilling an order or you're just working on the back end? What does that look like?
Like we said, typical and unconventional. So for, I would say, a more normal day, I would wake up around 6 7, and then check emails, see what's the most important things in the day, see how many orders are predicted for that day, see what needs my most attention at first in the morning. Because usually after those first 2 3 hours, your concentration starts going down. So it's really important, in my opinion, to focus in a way the most boring things right off your day. Just start. That's the start of the day. Get a good lunch in. Start walking around campus, talking to people about business, talking to customers, seeing what they would like from the business, and see what I can implement to really help them, help their lives, and keep in with my why.
So I want to talk a little bit about the growth journey that you've had. How has it been acquiring customers? How do you see your business growing? Like how do you keep getting that next client in line?
One of the most important things that I realized post pivot is how important it is to talk to people even before they're going to be your customers. So I mentioned how we're going to go into apartments in the future, and right now we're just doing dorms, and that ultimately is just translating the same sales machine that we have in the company, which every company, it's going to take you a while to figure out what is your true sales tactic, because there can be certain sales things that work, but there's going to be, it's not a magic formula per se, but it kind of is. You can repeatedly do the same thing towards the same type of customers, and you keep acquiring them, because ultimately it's the same type of people who want the same type of things: more time, more freedom, more ability to not do laundry. Growth is one of the hardest things to think about, but it's really just about getting a perfect sales mechanism in place for your company, and that's going to take a lot of tries. But like for us, as an intelligent vending machine company, we couldn't get many sales, you know. But and like I mean, sales as even just talking to people, seeing whether they would be interested. It was that's when I realized that I needed to pivot because people didn't care about carrying the detergent. They cared about how long it took to do laundry, about the effort it is doing laundry. So it's just about honing in and further expanding on that sales mechanism that you created.
Now that you've been an entrepreneur for a little bit now, what qualities have you discovered that every entrepreneur should have?
Resilience. Resilience is number one. Resilience, hard work, discipline, I would say are some of the most important, but resilience is by far the most important. I mean, a lot of people, right, would ultimately quit in the position that I was in for my vending machine company. That you realize the colleges don't even want it, the users don't want it, and you already spent a year doing it, you know? But that's when I realized that the pivot was actually an opportunity. It wasn't something that was throwing me down, it was something that was pushing me up. I feel like as long as you're resilient, as long as you're willing to put in the hours, as long as you're willing to do the sleepless nights, you know, talk to 1,000 people and get one yes, and then really understand why you got that one yes, that's that's the utmost resilience an entrepreneur needs. I feel like without it, you're gonna get dismayed after a couple of months because every entrepreneur in the back of their head has a little bit of an exit strategy in place. The money isn't gonna get you out of bed at 4 a.m. It's your why. It's the resilience. It's the discipline. It's the motivation to really change the current conventional way things are done to the way you want to disrupt them to be.
What would you say your favorite thing is about being an entrepreneur?
Being able to choose what you're doing, because of course there's certain things that you have kind of specific deadlines for, like applying for pitches for demo day or whatnot. But there is most of the days you can really pick what exactly you're working on. Ultimately you have to address different areas of the company, of course, but you really have that freedom where you don't have to finish that report by 5 p.m. specifically because of this. And the freedom too, it's being free to work for yourself, to everything that you're learning, everything you're developing is actually going to help you, not a guy that's above a guy that's above a guy that you don't even know. It's really what got me into entrepreneurship.
If you can offer one piece of advice to someone just starting out their business, what would you say?
If you're already started, which is one of the hardest things, I would say, like actually making the moves to actually start the business, just learn as much about the field as you possibly can. Learn about your idea as much as you can, because an idea is not is really that until you make something out of it. And in my opinion, really thinking out your idea over and over and looking what do you see your business being 15 years from now, and tracking back, I think it's really really important, is what ultimately helped me see my business so much more clear. I did the exercise. I figured, where is this sector, where is my company going to be in 15 years from now? And then just worked backwards from there. And that's when I realized that vending machines might not even be a thing 15 years from now, like all these AI robots and new world we're going into is completely out of the ordinary of anything anyone has ever seen. Just think about your business as much as in the future as you can. It can really just be a blimp of an idea of what it's going to be, but it's going to help you. And keep on thinking about it over and over again until you really have a path to follow. But yeah, have create a path that is feasible.
Now, is there a course at ASU or maybe even just an organization on campus that has helped you the most in your professional career?
Startup Village has very much helped me so far. I didn't necessarily know about it until a year or so ago. But after I found out about it, I really got to know so many like minded people and people that have the same type of entrepreneur interests as someone that's watching this video, I imagine, has. it was really a great organization to join. Not only do you meet like-minded people, you meet people who are successful entrepreneurs, who had successful exits, who are currently operating a company in the coolest one of the coolest voted offices in Arizona, you know. And then there's also SEO, which is the Student Entrepreneurship Organization. I actually attended one of my first meetings yesterday, and I saw the same type of thing. You talk to more student entrepreneurs, so it's someone that you can really relate to, that isn't just, let's say, doing their business. They're doing their business plus school like you are, plus having to deal with a lot of the same issues you are. So it's really cool to see the perspective people have in these situations. And even as an entrepreneur, I like seeing, like the beginning perspectives, because it also helps me change some of my perspectives. JCI is also a really cool organization. Ultimately, they're very helpful with pitches. And pitching, I think, even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, if you're in business as a whole, you should know a decent amount of pitching. I've, it's truly important, in my opinion, because it's really pitching is really how you convey your idea, is how you convey the future you want to make a change. So I feel like these organizations are some of the best ones that I've seen on campus for entrepreneurship. I forgot the exact class name, but it was a class taught by Brent Siebold, and I think it was Entrepreneurship 360, one of something like that. And it's kind of a class where you develop your business idea with pitches, with feedback from him, feedback from um, other students. And for me, you know, it's really important to hear what other students have to say about my idea. And for a lot of people on campus I've seen, a lot of the startups we think of is to help other students, because, pain is what creates an idea. So I would very much recommend anyone that wants to go into entrepreneurship to try one of those three clubs, and if you can, the class as well. We have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, and we have an X page that they're all under LaundryBud Inc. And our app is live in the App Store currently. We are in our very first iterations, but our app is live. We are going to upload a 2.0 version with a much slicker design, allowing apartments and as well as dry cleaning pickup from campus for college students. So can't wait to release those updates and hopefully help all of you guys.